Hello. I'm going to be going over the unblockable situation at the wall. I know some people wanted to know a little bit more about it and how to apply it to their game plan. So I'm going to start off with the idea of realigning with your opponent at the wall. So in any situation at the wall, it doesn't really matter. You're going to figure out what side your opponent likes to tech roll, because this is just one of those things that people do as a habit. They always have that one button that they like to mash to tech roll. And it's kind of rare that you'll run into somebody who's just really strategic about that sort of thing. Obviously, like there's characters that will make you really think about what you're gonna do, like a Yoshi or Xiao Yu. Like they'll make you want to just stay on the floor sometimes so that you avoid their bullshit. Um, But most of the time, people are just tech rolling into the side that they prefer. Um, so with that in mind, just whenever you get to the wall, no matter what it is that you're doing, um, pay attention to what side they like to go, okay? And then once you get that information, that's where you can start applying this setup to them to get the unblockable to work. So if an opponent is tech rolling to the left, right? As I said before, you'll figure that out after you get them to the wall, and whatever route you go, and then they'll tech roll on wake up. Once you figure this out, the next time you get them to the wall, you can do a combo to flip them. I don't know what people like to do. Some people like to do this. Some people like to do this. I do the upward one string. That's just my preferred thing. So if they're checking to the left, I'm going to step to my left. I'm not gonna walk. I'm gonna just step, okay? Just step to my left and try to get it a little deep, but not too deep. So when I go to my left and they go to their left, we're realigned. So you see it, right? Same with check roll right. If they go to their right, I'm going to go to my right, realign. Now this is where you apply your unblockable. You always want to do it after you flip them at the wall, okay? On tech roll right, you're not always going to get a combo pickup, but on tech roll left, you get it almost all the time. And I know that was a flop combo, but there's definitely routes. Just get in the lab and practice those, and you'll be able to do some pretty cool stuff. Also, another thing to know is in this game in Heat, this type of situation only applies if the opponent is at an angle and they have space behind them to allow Anna's butt to do her heat dash. Otherwise, you're just gonna get this, and it won't allow for her heat dash to activate. So you have to have them at an angle for it to come out. And then you get big damage on top of everything else that you've already done. So that's pretty neat. But as I said, if they go to the right, you typically won't get a down for one pickup follow-up into booty, because for some reason tech roll right avoids that, and then also they land too far away for you to pick them up. But there are rare situations where you will be able to get that if they don't tech roll, if they're not mashing tech roll to the right. But usually people do, so it just depends. So just to recap, whenever they tech roll to their left, you're going to go to your left and realign with them, okay? And it'll be like that. And same for the other side. If they go to their right, you're going to step to your right and realign. And then do your unblockable. You don't have to go too far. You don't have to keep walking. Like if it's versus Jack or bears, you might have to walk a little bit longer, but just try not to do it for too long because you need those extra frames to get the unblockable to be unavoidable. But let's just say like we did it wrong. We weren't paying attention. And they like to tech roll right and I moved left. And see what happens. This is what happens, and you're left extremely vulnerable because you're in a slow animation and they're just gonna do whatever they want from behind, which normally sounds nice, but not in this situation. So just be aware of that. That's pretty much how to do the unblockable setup. It's pretty basic as long as you understand what to look for. Just get into the lab, practice your conversions to tech row left, because tech row right doesn't really have any at all, but practice the ones to the left, get used to it, and good luck with that. But also, if you're looking for Oki at the wall, the one that I like to do, that I came up with when Anna first came out, was down for 3, 2, down back 2, because it gives her like those options. And one thing to know about this route is the bazooka. If you're gonna go for the bazooka, delay it for like a second, and she realigns like it both ways. It'll realign. So just don't shoot it off right away because you'll whiff. Sometimes. Sometimes. That's so cool. This bitch is actually hitting. I wonder if it's like a tech roll left thing. Let me see if it works on the right, because I've whiffed this so many times. I think it's a right tech thing. Yeah, it's a tech roll right. So good thing to know. If they tech roll right, it's gonna whiff. If they tech roll left and you just shoot it off right away, you get a splat. That's really cool. And then you can go into your unblockable. Bitch, you see, that's so cool. See, I just learned something while I'm making this video. Kudos to me. But if they're going to the right, and you know they're going to the right, delay it. I typically delay it anyways for both sides just to keep it consistent in my mind. But apparently you don't have to if they check row left. Also, you have your other options. Like you have your 4, which is plus 28 on hit. It's minus 13 on block, so Kazuya can launch it if he knows. But then if you get him to the wall again, you have your bazooka mid. You have your 2 options. You have the 2, which is high damage. The other one is pretty good damage too, but it's like not as heavy. And on block, the purple gives you plus 4 on block, and then the other one is like you're -1, so you don't have advantage. So I usually use the purple one just so I can keep my pressure at the wall, and it still splats, so it's like you win either way. And then you have your, let me get out of heat. You have your sweep out of this. And these are also situations you need to lab, because you get like these awkward splats that you don't really know what happens. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes you get a good splat that you can just immediately do a combo into. But this is something that you can chain into your your traps. Like, you have these two different scenarios, but you can chain them together like we just learned. Let me see. Yeah, so you can just chain all of that together. It's not too heavy on timing, but you just want to make sure you have it down precisely so that you can always get it clean. I'm just going to show you guys what it looks like from the splat into down 4-3-2, down back 2, because this covers every situation, like quick recovery, which is where they do that little like Bruce Lee hop off their back. It's similar to a spring kick, but it also covers spring kicks. It covers wake up lows, wake up mids, toe kicks, all that stuff. So if they do that stuff, you can just beat them out. Just shoot your bazooka immediately if you know that's what they're gonna go for. And it'll just pop them. And eventually they'll just stop doing that stuff. And if you run into people who just don't want to get up, you have your 4 into sweep. If you're in heat during this, and that's just a situation that I do if people try to spring kick after I hit them with those lows. So you have routes and you have conversions that you can use whenever those situations arise. You just really have to lab everything and go from there. The more you lab, the more you know. But that's it. I think that's pretty much all of it. I hope this helps somebody. I'm a little tired. I've been recording this video. I've recorded it 6 times, so that's been like the videos are long, and with some of them were short. I was trying to like make it short and sweet, and it's just been a nightmare because the audio is fucked up, the videos were just too sloppy, and I just don't even care anymore. If it helps you, it helps you. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. I'll try my best to explain it again later if I have to. But anyways, good night. Thank you for watching.